My name is Daniel Harper, and by all outward appearances, I'm a man you'd trust. I'm the guy who waves at his neighbors every morning, grills burgers for the block party, and serves on the PTA committee for my kids' school. My wife, Emma, and I live in a pristine colonial on a quiet suburban street. If you met me at a coffee shop, you'd probably peg me as an accountant or maybe a small business owner. In a way, you wouldn't be wrong. What no one knows is that I run the biggest dark web marketplace in the world. The first time I logged onto the dark web, I was a bored college freshman dabbling in programming. The sheer lawlessness fascinated me. The anonymity, the cryptography, the sense of freedom, it was exhilarating. But it wasn't until years later, after a layoff and mounting bills, that I realized the true potential of those hidden corners of the internet. Necessity, they say, is the mother of invention. It started small, a few scripts to scrape cryptocurrency transactions and some freelance hacking gigs. But soon, I saw the bigger picture. The dark web wasn't just a cesspool of illegal activity, it was a goldmine. There were buyers, sellers, and a desperate need for organization. So I built Oblivion. Oblivion began as a modest marketplace for digital goods, stolen credit card numbers, hacking tools, pirated software. But it quickly grew into something far more expansive. Drugs, weapons, counterfeit documents, and illicit services. If there was a demand, Oblivion supplied the infrastructure. Unlike my competitors, I emphasized customer service. My platform had escrow systems, dispute resolution, and even user reviews. Oblivion wasn't just a marketplace, it was an empire. By day, I'm Daniel Harper, the perfect husband and father. By night, I'm Rendition, the faceless kingpin orchestrating billions of dollars in transactions. Every morning, I make my kids pancakes before driving them to school. Every night, I monitor encrypted servers from the safety of my basement office, ensuring Oblivion stays untouchable. The balancing act is meticulous. My laptop is air-gapped, my servers buried in data centers across continents. I use burner phones, encrypted messengers, and VPN chains so deep they're practically impenetrable. Even my wife doesn't know. She thinks my late nights are because of a demanding freelance IT gig. She's proud of my work ethic. But lately, things have gotten complicated. 3 months ago, I noticed an unusual spike in activity on one of Oblivion's servers. Someone, or something, was probing my defenses. At first, I chalked it up to an overeager competitor or an amateur hacker. But the attempts were too methodical, too persistent. They knew what they were looking for. Then came the email. It arrived on my personal account, a place where rendition was supposed to be untraceable. No sender address, just the subject line. I know who you are. Inside, a single sentence. Your secret's safe for now. My heart stopped. The walls of my carefully constructed double life felt like they were closing in. For weeks, I scoured my logs, rechecked my encryption, and tore through every piece of digital evidence. Nothing. Whoever they were, they'd left no trace. Last week, I came home to find a black envelope on my doorstep. Inside was a photograph of my family at the park, taken just days earlier. There was no note, no signature, just a chilling message written in block letters on the back. End Oblivion or lose everything. Now, I sit in my basement office, staring at the glowing screen. Oblivion's servers hum softly, a reminder of the empire I've built and the noose tightening around my neck. Whoever is behind this knows too much. They've pierced the armor I spent years perfecting. The question isn't whether I can stop them. It's whether I'm willing to destroy the life I've built to save the family I love. I've decided to take a calculated risk. Tonight, I'll initiate a controlled takedown of Oblivion. At least, that's the story I'll sell to whoever is threatening me. But behind the scenes, I'll set up a false flag operation. Oblivion will appear dismantled, while the core infrastructure quietly relocates to a backup system I've been building for years. The transition will be seamless for the users who matter most, and it'll buy me time to figure out who's pulling the strings. It's a gamble. If they're monitoring me as closely as I suspect, they'll know I'm bluffing. But if I can't find out who they are before they make their next move, my entire world could collapse. Both the empire I've built and the family I've worked so hard to protect. As I set the plan in motion, the adrenaline surges. I've faced threats before, but never one this personal. The stakes have never been this high. I'm not just fighting to save Oblivion anymore. I'm fighting to save everything that matters to me. The clock is ticking, and the first domino is about to fall. The plan goes live at exactly 3 a.m. Oblivion's main servers are programmed to simulate a catastrophic shutdown. Error messages flood the dark web forums. To the world, it will look like Rendition has vanished, taking Oblivion with him. Meanwhile, the real servers, mirrored in a decentralized network, go dark temporarily, lying in wait for the storm to pass. As I sip my third coffee of the night, I monitor the chaos. My bluff seems to be working. Users are panicking, competitors are circling like vultures, and law enforcement forums I infiltrate are celebrating the apparent demise of their white whale. But my relief is short-lived. At 4:15 a.m., a notification pings my encrypted laptop. A new email, same untraceable source. My heart pounds as I open it. Nice try. I'm closer than you think. Check your basement. I freeze. My basement? My fortress? I grab the small handgun I keep hidden in my desk drawer and stand. Every step toward the door feels heavier than the last. The dim glow of the monitor casts shadows that seem to twist and flicker. The basement is silent, the hum of servers the only sound. Everything looks untouched, at first. Then, I see it, a tiny red light blinking near one of the server racks. A camera. How long has it been there? How did they get in? My security is supposed to be impenetrable. I rip the device from its perch and inspect it. No markings, no serial numbers. It's professional grade. My stomach churns. Someone breached my sanctuary. Before I can process this, my phone buzzes. A text from an unknown number. You're running out of moves, Daniel. My hands tremble as I type back. What do you want? The response is immediate. Shut it down. All of it. Permanently. Or your family pays the price. My mind races. Whoever this is has access not just to my digital world but my physical one. They've been in my house, near my kids, near Emma. My carefully constructed walls are crumbling, and the predator is inside. I need help, but I can't trust anyone. The police? Out of the question. They'd unravel my double life in seconds. My only option is to fight back, to use every skill I've honed in building oblivion to turn the tables. First, I sweep the house for more devices. In the vents, behind picture frames, even the kids' rooms, I find 3 more cameras, all expertly hidden. Each discovery fuels my rage and resolve. Whoever is doing this has underestimated me. Back in my basement, I begin phase 2. I hack into the camera's firmware, tracing its network activity. It's a long shot, but if I can find where it's transmitting. There. A faint trail, buried under layers of obfuscation, leads to a private server in Eastern Europe. I launch a counterattack, probing their defenses. They're good better than most, but this is my domain. After hours of relentless effort, I break through. What I find chills me to the bone, logs of surveillance, not just on me but on my family. Photos, schedules, even recordings of conversations. They know everything. But I also find something they didn't expect me to see, a name. Or at least, a pseudonym, Nix. Nix. A rival operator. I've heard whispers about them on the dark web, a ghost with a reputation for taking down other marketplaces. They don't just destroy, they make it personal. And now, I'm their target. I craft a message, sending it directly to the server I breached. Nix, you've made your point. Let's talk. The reply comes faster than I expect. Too late for that. This is your reckoning. I stare at the screen, anger replacing fear. If Nix wants war, I'll give them one. I've built an empire out of nothing. I've outsmarted law enforcement, competitors, and hackers. This is just another threat to neutralize. But as I sit in the glow of my monitors, my kids' laughter echoes in my memory. My wife's smile flashes in my mind. For the first time, I question if this fight is worth it. Oblivion made me untouchable. But maybe it's time to let it go. The decision isn't easy, but it's clear. I draft a final message to Nix. You win. Oblivion ends tonight. Leave my family out of this. Then, I prepare to do what I swore I never would. I log into Oblivion's root system, initiate a full wipe, and trigger the failsafe. The empire I built burns in seconds, every trace erased. As the servers go silent, I feel a strange mix of relief and loss. My phone buzzes one last time. Wise choice. Your family is safe. For now. For now. The words linger, a reminder that my past isn't something I can erase as easily as a server. But as I climb the stairs to my sleeping family, I know one thing for sure, they're worth any price. Even if it means starting over.